What is going on, you guys? Priceless Fishing here. Today is a great day because I just received a couple awesome packages in the mail. Let's go take a look at what I got. Your boy is getting into glide bait fishing. Big glide baits too. Well, starting off kind of small. I got the Chop Block 6, so it's the 6-inch glide bait. So I do a lot of fluke fishing, so I feel like this one's going to be key probably as an introduction, as I've never thrown big glide baits or big swim baits before. And then I also got the Guggen Squad glide bait. I believe this is like it's a 7-inch, so that's going to be fun. This is the hard body, and I feel like these Berkeley chop blocks are going to be good because I've watched some videos on it and they're like very similar to fluke fishing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it's a great introduction bait based on the videos I watched. And this is the big one. So I'm going to be hitting up a lot of San Diego lakes and lakes in SoCal for those big double-digit bass. This is officially my first video of the series where I'm going to be actually targeting trophy-sized largemouth. So anything from like 8-9 pounds to, if I can get a teen bass, like a freaking 13, 15, I don't even care, 20-pound bass, that's a great day. So all my life I really wanted to have the opportunity of catching a trophy bass. My current personal best bass is 7 pounds 11 ounces, and I caught that on a chatterbait. But I keep seeing all these videos of these guys throwing these monster like swim baits, monster glide baits, and they're just, I know they're not catching them every cast, you know, like the videos make them seem. But if I can eliminate those smaller bites and just focus more on those big bites and just through patience and perseverance, I know I'm going to stick a good one. So I'm super stoked. Come take a look at the setup. I've done some research on different kinds of rods and reels. I don't want to absolutely break the bank, but I did get a pretty decent quality setup. It's not the cheapest, but I would say it's about midline tier. I wasn't trying to drop $1,000 on the setup. However, I think all in with everything is around $500 for the 3 baits, the 20-pound test, fluorocarbon, Abrazex, and for the rod and reel. So $500, it's a good medium price. I feel like for like just everything included. Got some stuff from Tackle Warehouse, some from Amazon, but let's take a look at the stuff I got. I haven't even opened this yet. So for the reel, I went with the Abu Garcia Beast. You can say this thing's a beast because the stuff that this reel is capable of is absolutely insane. Look at the packaging on that. Very shiny silver box. Very cool, nice sleek branding. Let's open it. I haven't even checked it out yet. I also went with the high speed left-handed reel because I am a lefty. I do reel left-handed, and it makes it easy too since I was brought up on left-hand spinning reels. Oh, this thing's sweet. I like the big knobs on the side as well. That thing is sweet. Look at that. So this is the high-speed Revo Beast Abu Garcia reel. Look at the finishing on that. Nice quality, I can already tell. I've owned so many Abu Garcia reels and rods, and they're top of the line. I do love Shimano too, so that's why I went with the Shimano SLX, because I've read a lot of good reviews for like glide baits that's like a good starting out one, and it's not like a big broomstick in your arms. We'll take a look at that soon. But my first impression on the Revo Beast, it's the high speed. You can see the HS right there. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna have to spool this bad boy up with that 20-pound test Seaguar Abrazex. I was thinking about doing possibly braid to fluoro, but a lot of big swim bait guys, they recommended to me that I just go straight fluorocarbon. That way the braid doesn't really affect the action, and it has a better like natural dive, a better natural sink on the bait, so it looks more natural in the water rather than floating more to the top too soon. I feel like that's gonna be really good for some of these San Diego lakes out there. But yeah, I'm gonna spool this up as well. I can't wait to show you guys what it looks like on the rod. I'm excited to see for myself, but I like the Revo Beast logo right there. That's pretty dope. But man, I'm so excited to get into glide bait fishing and just target those absolute monster bass. Here's the Revo Beast reel right here. Here's the line I'm going to be spooling it with, the Seaguar Abrazex. It's pretty pricey for this line, but I feel like it's going to be worth it because it is abrasion resistant to a point. Eventually, it gets to the point where if you're rubbing up against so many sticks and rocks, it's bound to happen where the line will get frayed and chewed up and then snap. But this is pretty good against that for the most part. Just always check your line after some catches. But yeah, I'm super stoked. Let's go take a look at the rod now. All right, so I can't fit this rod all the way in the frame. You know what, I'm gonna see if I can do that 0.5 angle. Maybe that'll help. Okay, so I got this one from Tackle Warehouse. I ordered too big of the rod covering, but that's besides the point. This thing looks so cool. So this is the Shimano SLX. It's the heavy action, fast rod tip. It's a 7/8, lure rating anywhere from 2 to 8 ounce bait, so that's perfect, especially for that Chop Block 10, because this one's 4.2 ounces. So that's perfect. That's right in between that 2 to 8. So it's going to be perfect, especially for like absolute monster swim baits like this. And if I'm throwing like the little ones, even though that is rated for around 2 ounces, I can probably get away with throwing like a 1 ounce bait or something on this. But yeah, it's super cool. I like that carbon fiber accent for where you twist down the reel on it. Really nice looking guides as well. It looks like it has a pretty good bend because it's the fast tip, but it is a heavy action rod, so you'd be able to absolutely just set the hook really well on those big trophy sized bass. Here's it up close right there. I'll go from here. Yeah, the 7/8. This is the biggest bass rod I own personally. Before, my biggest rod I owned was it was an Abu Garcia and it was 7/3. This thing is sweet. I love the colors too. Black and blue just looks nice and clean. This is dope. Absolutely in love with this, and I feel like it's a good starter combo for glide baits. You'll have to stay tuned to see how the videos go, because I know it's going to be an absolute grind and a huge testing of my patience to try to catch some of these big bass, because I know there's going to be obviously days where I can go and not even get a bite. So I just got to remind myself that it's all about just perseverance and keep moving forward, and when the time's right, God's going to let that big bass bite my hook, and that's game. You know, let's put together the setup, and then I'm going to spool up the reel and show you the full setup in action. All right guys, I just put the Revo Beast on the SLX, and man, this thing is an absolute unit. Look how cool this thing looks. It's meant to be right there, baby. I can already see the future right now. God willing, we're gonna be slamming some monsters on this. Man, it just looks so cool, and it feels great too. I feel like I can fish this all day. Time will tell, but you know how those big swim baits can be sometimes. I've never thrown them, so I already know my arm's gonna be like extremely tired by the end of the day, but that's part of the grind apparently with these big swim baits and big glide baits, where you're just making those monster casts, nice long retrieves, and especially when you set the hook, it's gonna be an absolute grind, but so rewarding. I'm super excited because I've never done any fishing like this. I've always done more like finesse style and like small little square bill crankbaits, but I can already tell that it's a new art of fishing, and if I can catch some trophy bass and spend all day just to get one big bite, that's beyond worth it to me. But don't get me wrong, I do like catching like little bass too from time to time, but I think it's time for me to really search and hunt for that monster bass. I want to be able to get a fiberglass replica of my PB. Anything over 9 pounds. When I catch something over a 9 pounder someday, I will get all the actual measurements and the weight of it. I want to get that super nice, realistic fiberglass replica, and I feel like this is going to be the setup that allows me to do that. Like I said, if the Lord wills, it's going to happen. So I'm going to spool this setup up right now. I'll show you the next clip once it's spooled up and with the swim bait tied up all on it. Just tying on the knot to get the reel started here. This part is important. Some thick line. Just tied the main little knot at the bottom right there. Cut the tag line. That's how you want to do it. Make sure we put a good amount of this line on there, and then we'll be in business. I got my hand right here on the line, so it's going to create tension so it has a nice even spool. 20-pound test. Man, that's crazy. So I got the high speed, so it's a 7:5:1 gear ratio. No pun intended, it's a beast. 2026, need some double digits in our life. I've never caught a double digit. I've seen them, never hooked into them. The biggest one I lost was like around a 9 on a drop shot because I was being dumb. All right guys, we got the setup all spooled up. Looks so nice with that thick 20-pound fluoro Brazex on it. So I'm gonna be throwing this thing, and like I said, I've never thrown anything this big, and I already know my arm's gonna fall off eventually just throwing this so much, but I'm so excited to get into this series. I'm still trying to think of different names, but journey to catching the double-digit bass, and this is gonna be the setup to do it on. I feel it. So thank you guys for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe for the future videos I'm gonna be posting on this, just whether it's reviews, and then obviously hopefully the big catches I get on it. Hope that you guys enjoy this series.